It's time for the movie rating. Tonight's victim is actress Corry Taylor that has played in films such as Rust and the Immortal Wars. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good. So what have we been working up to recently? Or are we just working on getting Immortal Wars and Rust out there, or at least Immortal Wars, because I know that's the more recent one, plus resurgence as well of the Immortal Wars?
Just working on a million things. We are working on part 3 and the Immortal Wars as well, and then a Telephobia part 3 and Rust part 3, and then My Little Night News coming up soon. A million things. I love it. I love working on a bunch of different things. It's always a great thing to do, you know.
Now, you also have your own show as far as talk show hosts as well. Do you kind of divide that up as well, or do you pretty much focus on the rest of your acting and then eventually, like on a weekend or something, of your show as well?
Yeah, well, my show's weekly, so I just do it once a week, so it's easy to kind of balance it out. That's my main passion, and that's what I started in. I do love doing the talk show too, and I've been given so many incredible opportunities with my talk show, and I've got to interview so many amazing people and learn so much from different people, so I do love doing that, but acting's just always been my true passion, I guess.
Oh, definitely. Have you ever actually used any of their actual methods to help you as to be a better actor?
I don't know. Acting just kind of came naturally to me. I trained with a lot of coaches and everything, and I've definitely learned from them. But my own way of acting, I guess. But it's just great to learn the different stories of actors who've been successful and been through a lot, and to learn how they got through everything and still came out on top of everything, even though a lot of negative things happened. And so I do take that in my life and in my acting career. But as far as acting techniques, I don't know, I just learned from mostly like my teachers I've worked with and stuff, and just what comes to me naturally, you know.
I know a negativity in someone's life, especially when they are an actor and so forth. I understand that it can be pretty bad and what goes on in your life, but at the same time, you can take that negativity and you can form it into a tool to help you to better yourself as an actor and to get better roles in future.
Oh, absolutely, and you know, that's actually one of the things with my talk show too, is try and interview a lot of people who are positive and good and are good people to look up. And I do think everything happens for a reason, but I've been really lucky and blessed with everything, and of course had a lot of negative things happen, but I just try to work that into my acting, and I always try to look on the bright side, and I've just been so lucky with everything, so I don't have anything to complain about, you know.
Oh yeah, and allowing that to just course through you, it's just some bad mojo, man. It's better off just to feed it through something else to where you can turn it into something positive, and to turn to something to where you can actually be happy with despite what happened in your life, and just keep going on and keep going on. That's the best way you can do it.
Exactly, absolutely.
Now, performing a role, do you think it's best to actually build up your own energy for the character, or to actually absorb from others for better effect?
With my roles, I can just kind of go in and out. I'm not like really into like method acting, and I can get in and out of character quickly, which is really lucky, because some of the characters I play are really dark, and I think it'd be hard to take on that energy throughout the whole filming time. But I kind of pull on for myself, and I work with the director and what they have to say, and I do take other opinions, and see what other people are thinking. But yeah, I don't really need a million character the whole time or anything, and I'm lucky because, like I said, most of my characters are either vicious murderers, victims in horrible situations. So thank goodness I don't have to stay in that the whole time, because it's really difficult.
Oh yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, having to be a standalone, and it's okay, because so that you can build up part of your own energy, so you can focus, and so that you can get this out of whatever it is that you're doing. And it's okay to work with others to feed off that kind of energy, so that way it can be like a big build up and then finish right there at the end, or you can save it a little bit and then move on to the next scene.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Now, how would you maintain the right focus of character when the story may be even bigger than the role itself?
With most of my roles, I've had a great relationship with the writers and the directors and producers and everything, so I know what they're really looking for, and they really explain to me what their thought process was when creating the character, so I can kind of tell the mindset and how they actually fit into the whole story. But I try to mostly focus on what the character is and what their thoughts are, because that's my role, you know. And then when I watch the movie, then I can see how it incorporated with everything else. I try to really focus on what my character's thoughts and feelings and emotions and actions are at the time, and just kind of do it that way.
And sometimes the environment themselves can confuse the actor in some aspects. I'm not saying it's going to happen all the time, but in terms of trying to figure out how this character is having to function in this big environment, regardless if it's rather horror, regardless of it in a very wide open space or whatever, having to work with that and having to control it at the same time. I can imagine this can be confusing, but having to just straightforward it, you could do very well with it as long as you know exactly how to work with that environment.
Exactly, yeah, and I've taken a lot of classes and stuff too, and like how to work with different things, because working with green screen it's a lot different than actually being on the set. And I think that helps a lot too. Like you said, like actual environment does kind of bring it more to life and makes it easier. But when you're working with green screen, it's just, I think mostly focusing on the character and using your imagination to the best, you know?
That's another thing that you may not get used to right away, and it's something that could be something new at the same time to you, because you're not used to just doing it that way all the time. You have something physical in front of you, and having to work with that, and it kind of messes with your mind a bit in terms of imagination. Is it going to be red? Is it going to be blue? I mean, there's just so much things that you could do with this. Or is it going to be a person? I mean, is it a person dressed like a monster, or is the person a monster themselves? Like, so many factors that you could worry about, but at the same time, just use the best at your own ability.
Exactly, yeah, and like I said, everyone I've worked with has been really incredible. I've been really blessed in that aspect, and they've all been incredible and really worked with me and tried to explain what the final product will be, and like you said, what the monster will really look like, or what setting are we actually in. So it's made it easier on me. But yeah, it is. It's a big part of your imagination, and there's been sometimes I'm like, oh, I really didn't picture it like that, but okay. So it's funny.
Would you say that the Immortal Wars would be a really good training ground for you? I mean, there's tons of stuff in this from what the word's been saying, that there's tons of action, there's tons of this and tons of that. In terms of acting a role out, I would imagine this is definitely not just good exercise, but mentally as well as training as a character. Would that be a good training ground for you?
See, my character is more of the behind-the-scenes type of character. She's not actually one of the deviants. She's actually one of the people kind of controlling everything. So as far as that, it wasn't as much as the physicalness, which is great, because I was there when they were doing a lot of the training and everything, and with the filming, there was a lot of fight scenes, and they were absolutely incredible at it. In the third film, I'm not really sure. It might come more towards that. I'm hoping for more of a fight sequence and everything with the third film, so we will see how that goes. The films have just been incredible to work on, and she's a very different character than I've ever done before, but it's really cool to work on that whole set and to see everything, and they really did amazing with all the costumes and makeup. I mean, it was really a great set to work on.
Well, it sounds like it, and it's okay even if you are behind the scenes type of character. It sounds like it's still a good workout for yourself, because now you're understanding the type of environment, you're understanding the characters that you're working with, even if you are just talking to them through a microphone or through a TV set or whatever. The thing is that you're building your own character, you're extending it to, especially into the next sequel and so forth, and having a much bigger role for yourself.
Exactly, yeah, and Joe told me where my character was going to go from the very first film, before we even started filming, so that was really helpful, so I knew how to play it kind of differently. I say much about what happened with my character, I don't really want to completely ruin it, but everything you see is not what you get exactly. It was really good to know what her future holds in the Immortal Wars from the very first film, so I could play it a little differently, you know, and I worked with Eric a lot on that, so Eric, Joe, and we all worked really well on that, and kind of developed our characters that way.
Now, shifting from a different view, shifting from providing a new fear of a character in a horror film to this supernatural type of feel, does the choice of character in this scenario, does it become more or less of a challenge to actually perform for you?
It's very different, because she's not exactly human or anything, so it was kind of a different shift to go towards. She's a pretty easy character. She has goal, and she does have a lot of behind-the-scenes emotions, and you kind of get to see that a little more. In the third film, I think you get to see that a lot more, and I'm really excited about that to show a little more of her character side. But she's pretty a straightforward character, especially in the first and second movie. But I really like playing that character. She's fun, and it's a different kind of thing. And she's not a psychotic, crazy, murderous person or a victim. She's her own sort of villain, but she's not as insane or crazy as the ones I played. So she's an easier character, I guess.
Yeah, in terms of presenting the character, I can see the fact that you're shifting from a different mindset, and I can see that it can be a little difficult to adjust in terms of here you were in a gritty film, a horror film, and trying to make the best that you can from between really dramatic, whichever dark set of mind that you're entering here, and then you're entering this, which sounds like it's a big breath of fresh air, action-packed. It doesn't matter what type of role you're playing. The fact is that you're shifting to something that a whole new suit that you're going to be wearing here, and having to remind yourself that this is not what you were used to before. A whole new experience that you're going to have to gear up for right there on the spot, and that kind of challenge is often every person that goes through this imaginable.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's very cool to play her, and it's different than a lot of the characters I played before. So either in a lot of horror films, was I was a crazy person or the victim. So it's kind of a breath of fresh air. It's kind of going back to the older days when I had a lot simpler characters. I love doing it. So it's a lot of fun.
Now, would you rather stay in this type of realm in terms of within independence, or do you actually want to extenuate yourself? Do you want to prove yourself to these higher companies? Do you think it's best to trust the more independent than anything else?
I love doing independent films. They're incredible, and they gave me my whole career, and a lot of them have been so successful, and it really helped me build up a lot. But I hope one day to go, like you said, to the higher companies or major motion pictures and whatnot, or TV shows, and I would love to do that as well. But right now I'm so happy where I'm at, and I've been so lucky with all the films I've worked on, and I love the independent community, because especially in Vegas, it's a very tight-knit community, and it's a lot bigger than everyone realizes. I think mostly people think of LA when they think of the film industry, but a lot of it's in Vegas too, and it's really nice knowing a lot of the people, and we all get along very well. But I would like to, I think, one day work with the higher companies and everything in Hollywood, and hopefully bring more of it to work too with the film community, because the weather is pretty steady, so you know what you're going to get. Even though it gets really hot, it's better than dealing with crazy storms or crazy weather. And you have the mountains, and Mount Charleston, and the lakes, and the Strip, and you have the suburbs, so it's a great place to film. So I'd like more of that to come here, and I think that is happening. But I think one day I'd really like to work with the higher-ups. I do love the independent film community as well.
Go ahead and plug in any websites that we can check out right now, and as well as the Immortal Wars, where everyone who hasn't seen this yet can check it out right now.
My website is for my talk show is CorryTaylorTalks.com, CorryTaylorActor.com, and that links to my IMDb, so it pops up all the movies I'm working on currently and in the future, and all my past films. And I also believe that links with Amazon, which is where a lot of my films are right now. Rust 1 and Rust 2 are both on Amazon and Amazon Prime. Immortal Wars 1 and the Immortal Wars Resurgence are on Amazon Prime. Telephobia and Telephobia 2 are on Amazon Prime right now, and the Immortal Wars Resurgence is currently in Walmart and Best Buy and Target as well, and you can just check those all out there. I've also had Territory 8, I believe that is still on Amazon Prime, so that you can definitely still buy it on there, and just a lot more things coming out. So if you just check out my IMDb, or my social medias are all at Real Corry Taylor on Instagram and on Twitter, and you can go to Facebook.com/CorryTaylorTalk on there, so you can kind of keep up to date with everything, and I like to tell everyone what's going on, so you can keep up with everything over there.
And there you have it, everybody. That is actress Corry Taylor.